Good afternoon, rivals. This is your boy here, John Too Easy, aka the off-brand Burl Easy, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Um, like I said in my last video, I noticed that my sub count has dropped a lot, and even though I'm like non-stop posting shorts, it's not the same as posting actual content. That being said, I'm gonna try to keep this up. I do have a busy real life schedule. So if I'm not posting, then like that just means like I'm either editing for an upload or I'm taking a break from something or I'm simply forgot to post. But I promise you guys I will post more often. But you guys aren't here for that. What you guys are here for, what the title says. My advice to help you guys rank up in Marvel Rivals. Now this goes for every rank, but by the time you hit GM, you should already know majority of this. So this is really for the lower ranks. And if you find this video helpful, please hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that share to let other people know. And if you guys have any more advice that I didn't mention, or if I didn't explain something thorough, please put it down in the comments. With that being said, we're gonna get started. I have 19 things to talk about. The first thing is map awareness. Oh, also before I even start on that, uh, if I forget to put the timestamps, because knowing me, I might. If I forget to put the timestamp things, I'll put the timings for if you're just looking for one particular thing. I'll also color code them just to make it a little easier. But with that being said, let's get straight to it. First thing I want to talk about is map awareness. While I
Pretty
do
sure
this,
those are bad guys.
while I talk, I'm just gonna play around in here because I feel like I was not completely focused in quick play. So yeah, first thing I want to talk about is map awareness. Now, for map awareness, when I say map awareness, I mean like actual map awareness. When I say that, I mean you gotta know where health packs are. These little green things right here. Those are health packs. Another thing, like every map has two doors to get out of, mostly on Convoy. But in some domination maps, you have two doors to get out of instead of just one. It's so funny to me how I keep seeing people keep trying to go out the first door when you have two other side doors beside you. Keep that in mind.
Pretty
Another
sure
thing,
those are bad guys.
some maps have portals like this, and instead of trying to walk all the way there to the plane, use the portal because it will help you, I promise
Yeah,
you.
woo!
Also, I will try to make this as, as quickly as possible because I know Deadpool is right around the corner and I really want to try to get this video out before he comes out. So, yeah, map awareness, knowing where health packs are is a really good, if especially if you're a dive character, or if you're a flank character, or if you just can't get back to the team in time. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is knowing your counters. The amount of times that I had a Spider-Man on the enemy team and my DPS did not
Watch out, they're headed
swap
our
to
way.
any of his counters. Like I had maybe a Blade and a Daredevil. Yeah, sure, people could say that they countered him, but I don't really think Daredevil countered him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm just
Yeah,
tired.
woo!
But knowing your counters and knowing who counters you really helps. It really okay. Knowing your counters and knowing who counters you in game really helps your knowledge and it'll help you because like knowing knowing that it helps me, well, not helps me, but it would help you guys understand that, okay, I can't do anything against this guy. He's countering me. For an example,
Spider Sling!
for example, uh,
Pretty sure those are bad guys.
I don't know every counter in the book. I only know like particular counters. So if you guys have a counter that you know really well, please put it down in the comments. But one counter that I do know necessarily, I want to say
Crack the whip!
Emma and the Thing. Emma counters the Thing like really hard. People don't understand that. People don't get that. But yeah, she counters the Thing. Another counter, Lucky. Lucky can literally, you just have to have confidence as Lucky DPS. I'll get to that later. You just have to have aim, precision, timing with Lucky. If you can get that down, you're going to be the next server. Okay? But, yeah, knowing your counters literally will help you balance your gameplay out, and will also help you determine, okay, whether or not I need to swap. Another counter, Black Panther and the Thing. The Thing counters Black Panther. I would have never guessed that. Another counter, Spider-Man and Hela. You know, just doing research on your favorite characters alone could like really help benefit you. So yeah, learning your counters and knowing who you counter is really important. All right, next thing I'm going to talk about is knowing when to swap. This goes for everybody. If you let's say that this is mostly for people that's negative, which is another thing I'll go for. But knowing when to swap, and when I say that, I mean don't wait until the very last minute to swap. Like if the enemy team caught the second point, you guys are in overtime or whatever. Do not wait. Alright, scratch that. Alright, so let's say you dog walked in the first round, right? You got all 3 points, and then they switched the comp up, and they switched. So like now they got up to the 2 points. By the time they got to the first point, you should have probably swapped. I'm not saying you need to swap every time. I'm saying you need to swap in case like you're doing bad. Like don't force a character to work if you know that they're not working. Like Spidey. Like I only play Spidey in certain situations. I've only played him in combat 3 times due to like his character reputation. But people like get mad. People get value out of him with pulls. That's why you see me trying to stop pulls now.
Watch out, they're heading our way.
Like if you can still get value out of the character without getting countered, then by all means stay the character. But if your team needs more damage, and if your team needs a better defense, and if your team needs better heals, don't pick. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Do not pick one of those characters that you know that's not going to help much. Please, like, picking a character that you know that's not going to help much. Like Mantis, I love her, but she is barely usable. And even in a free support, I love her so much, but they really don't show her a lot of love. I missed it. But yeah, like that's for everyone.
Fight for the good guys next time.
Yeah, so knowing when to swap, like, all right, another frig. Then let's say that you're 0-4 for the first round, and the other team wins, right? It's better to switch before your team tells you to switch, because the moment your team tells you, "Oh, you're dog water," they're trash, whatever, you're gonna get defensive. You're gonna feel some type of way, right? Right. So my best advice to you is just swap ahead of time. Don't swap too late. And like see if someone else would swap roles with you. If you're like if you're a support and you're trying out DPS, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But you have to succeed in that role. My this year or last year playing as a role, not role, as a flex player, I see a lot of things that a lot of people don't see. So yeah, what was the topic again?
Pretty sure
Hold
those
on.
are bad guys.
Yeah, so knowing when to swap helps you and your game, especially not getting defensive about it. Like
Yeah.
you could be 1-4 with the most damage.
Now I got
It's
you.
not just you. If you're the only one out,
And
if you're
stay
the
down.
sorry, if you're the only one that is negative and everyone else is positive, there's another thing in here that I'm going to talk about. But if you're the only one going negative, and if you're the rest of your team is somewhat going positive, you might be holding your team back just based off the character you're playing. Be mindful of the character that you're playing and the type of value that you can get with the character.
Now I got you.
All right, next thing
And
you want to
stay
talk
down.
about is
Watch out, they're
looking
headed our
at your
way.
comp frequently. When I say looking at your comp, I mean pulling up your tab and constantly doing this every good minute or so. You don't have to do it like every second, but it does help. It helps me find out like okay, so who's dead on whose team. It helps me know if my healers are dead, if I need to fall back. It lets me know like hey, our front line is dead. We can either try to fall back a little bit until they get back, or try to fight it out, or like try to jump one person. You see what I'm going? Like, there's so many uses to looking at your comp and looking at the enemy comp. Like for an example, enemy healers could be dead. No one else would know that unless you would actually pull up the comp, or unless you would see them dead. Like once you know they're dead, boom, start rampaging, right? If you know
Watch
if
out,
we
they're
know that
headed our
our
way.
healers are dead, we should back up, fall back until they get here. Because the moment they're dead, the moment the other team realizes that, they're gonna push and they're gonna probably ult on you, and you won't have accounted for it. So yeah, knowing just look and like I said, you don't even have to do it that often. It also lets you know like, hey, this person swapped. This person's trying to communicate. It's like, hey, this person I swapped English. So let's say there's an Iron Man in the sky. I go Angela, boom, get him off the sky. I keep looking at the comp till he swaps. Bam, he's like Blade or something. Okay, cool. I swap tanks again, or I stay Angela for a little while, and like getting another thing. Uh, Another thing I want to talk about is getting value out of your character.
Watch out, they're headed our
When I
way.
say getting value out of your character, I mean like you're getting kills, you're putting in damage, you're not dying, you're getting final hits,
And stay down.
like like stuff like that. Not and like knowing the type of character that you are, like people they'll just pick literally any type of character, not knowing what they are or like how to use them.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah, so be mindful of that. But yeah, next thing I want to talk about is actually knowing what type of character you are. Funny. So knowing what type of character you are. When I say that, I mean knowing the type of DPS you are, knowing the type of tank you are, and knowing the type of support you are. Let's start with tanks.
Pretty sure those are bad guys.
There are front tanks and there are dive tanks. Like Emma is a front tank. Cap is a dive tank. Okay? Thing. No, I'm not gonna say Thing. Penny, front tank. Thor. You can use him as a front, but I've seen people really use him as a dive. But yeah, there's like almost 2 for every role. So for tank, you got flank, or you got dive. Yeah, you got dive and you got front tank. For DPS, there's 2 types of DPS. 3 types, I think. So you have flank DPS, dive DPS, and you have hit scan DPS. I feel like I'm missing one. Hit scan, dive. Oh, I missed one for Vanguard. Poke. There's 3 guns, so you got poke, dive, and you got front. Knowing what type of character you are and knowing what type of things that character is good for, it is so helpful, promise you. Like the moment you find out, like, hey, this character is so and so, you're gonna be just happy. But yeah, so for DPS, we got dive, we got hit scan, and we have flank. 3 different types of DPS. For supports, we have the healing supports, and then we have the damage supports. So when I say damage supports, I'm thinking more like Gambit, Mantis, Loki. But Loki's kind of both, because he can do both. Rocket can do both. You know what I'm saying? So keep in mind, the next time you want to pick Spider-Man, just keep an eye on. The next time you want to go Black Panther or Psylocke or whoever, please look at your team comp. See if you can really use that character in this comp. And go on. Next thing we're going to talk about is getting staggered. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick. It's right here in front of me. Getting staggered. When I say getting staggered,
Pretty sure those are bad guys.
wow, I'm kind of getting good with these bullets, not gonna lie. When I say getting staggered, I mean your team is starting to die one by one, and then the amount of times I've seen people go in by themselves and try to, for some reason, not wait for the team. Wait for your team. If you see the whole team is dead, don't go out there one by one thinking you can handle a 1v6. Don't do that, because if you keep doing that, you'll just keep feeding ult charge to them. Don't go out one by one. Okay? If you're down 1 tank, and if you're down 1 healer, okay, your whole team is starting to crumble. Unless someone has an ult that you can possibly get out of, don't force the fight to happen. Okay? Like either, because knowing the enemy team, they'll have a counter ult for you. So either you wait for the whole team to come back, strategize, regroup, think of a better game plan, and go out, try again, cop the point. Yeah, going out there and getting staggered is not one of the best things. Like, especially when you're a certain role and you have no idea how to play that role. I think I'm keeping this in a nice, timely manner. I believe there's more to getting staggered. If there is, if I didn't say it, I will just put it on the screen right here. Next thing I'm going to talk about, number 7, communication. I cannot stress this enough when I say this. I know some personal friends.
Spider Sling! Yeah,
I know some personal friends who really don't know how to communicate in this game. And it gives me a headache. Because when I try to communicate with them, they'd be like, hey,
We didn't
Okay,
ask
I got
for
ult.
heroes, but we always answer the call.
I got ult, right? Let's say I'm invis and I have ult. I see my Gambit. He's 50% ult, right? If I know, or he's like 80 or 90%. If I know he doesn't have it yet, and I know we need an ult, I'm gonna ult first. If I ult first, and the enemy team ults to counter me, that's fine. Because then we have a Gambit ult. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste the double ult. Try not to double ult, because like, you just wasted both of your support ults. And it's just so annoying how people really don't look at your team and be like, oh, I got ult. Like, you can like hit your little thing here and customizable wheel, and you can tell people when you're gonna ult or whatever. But yeah, double ulting is not good. Don't do it. Alright, back to Spidey. But yeah, don't try to.
Doing the right thing just makes you feel good, doesn't
Well, I
it?
forgot my train of thought. Hold on, let me get something to drink. That's good. Alright. But yeah, learning how to talk to people and knowing how to communicate will get you really far. Now, if someone doesn't want to communicate with you, that's fine. Don't force them to try to talk. You control what you can. Okay? Don't try to force people to play how you want them to.
Watch out, they're headed our way.
But yeah, don't try to force people. Like, if they, like, that's why it's a team game. It's a team-based game. You have to rely on them to do their part. Yelling at each other and cussing people out and adding to the toxicity is not gonna help you guys win. In fact, it's just gonna make you guys like crumble. Like, it's just so funny how quick people get so mad over a game. Like, yeah, I get it, I understand, but at the same time, that was way too fast. But at the same time, it's just the game, bro. People be forgetting about that. And it's like, why are you taking it around? Okay, like, but yeah, toxicity is just, don't even bother trying to text back in chat. Because like, if you know, don't waste your time trying to prove a point to people. If you know you're a good player, that's all you need. Like, forget what other people think about you.